Hi, it's Jim Starkweather, and I'm back after or a couple of months. I know it's been, well, has it been a couple of months? I've been here 3 months in my new house. Seems like it's been 3 weeks. Seems the way things go these days. But we're here for another mail call. Yes, welcome to mail call. And dogs barking upstairs. Hopefully they will not keep doing that. It's amazing how you'd think these floors would be very soundproof, but they're not, because they didn't put like insulation up above me. I had to turn one of my lights off, because if I turn this one off, it's like, whoa, that's bright. Yes, I put in all new LED lights, which are a lot brighter than my old crappy fluorescents that were up here. You can't really see the mess strewn about me, but there is quite a bit of stuff here. Not necessarily all hobby stuff, but there is stuff here. But I do have quite a few boxes of things and boxes of books and big box here. So without further ado, and I think I probably have misplaced my trusty cutters, because I think they're both upstairs in the garage. That was a mistake. Mistakes were made. Well, let's see. There should be something around here I can use. How about a screwdriver? If all else fails, keys work well as well, but this will probably work. So I hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to try to get back to a normal schedule. I know I keep saying this. But you know, I do live in the land of little internet now. Whereas I used to have 50 megabytes per second of download speed, now I have 6. And whereas I used to have 10, I think, upload speed at my old office and at home, now I have 0.5, maybe 0.7. So yeah, no more thoughts of 4K videos, because those would take forever to upload. But let us see what I believe MRC has sent us. I think this is an MRC box. Just double check. Yes. Have probably several. Oh, there's an Italeri kit in here. All right, so we've got the new iteration of their TF-104G Starfighter. I say new iteration because they've put out some other 104s in the past, and this is yet another of the Lockheed Martin 104s. Looks like this one is a variant I am completely unfamiliar with, as I was the former variant. I love, you know, the longer I have videos up on YouTube, the more amused I get by the comments. It's like, you're not an expert on this aircraft or this. How dare you put up a video of unboxing this, and it's not even a review, which I usually put right before I start these unboxings. This is not really an inbox review or a review, blah blah blah. I'm just unboxing it. That's why they're called unboxings. In the title, usually, even. All right, so this one it says fully upgraded molds. But I'm not sure they don't mean the prior kit they put out. But this is the G release. I'm not sure I remember what the old one was. I don't remember the variant there. And this is, of course, the TF-104, which is the trainer. Ah, see, I fooled you. I did know it. Yeah. At least I think that's right. The TF-104. Actually, it doesn't seem like it would be a trainer, does it? I thought the 104, no? Did the 104 have a single pilot usually? I don't remember. See, I'm not an expert on aircraft. Oh god, he doesn't know anything about aircraft. Yeah, I just said that. Anyways, so this one is the Academy US Navy EA-18G. Again, know nothing about this. This is the BAQ-141 Squadron Shadowhawks. So 1/72nd scale. What else we have? We have a, oh, interesting, a 1/24th scale Technocar trailer with 20-foot tank, I guess. Now, this is like a... All right, well, we're back. And now you can see why I'm having troubles doing things, especially at home. Home is not a good place to try to run a business. All right, well, that was everything from MRC. And again, this is an interesting truck. I guess this is going to be more of like a 1/24 scale automotive vehicle tank containers. Is this like a water? No, it's a... Must be like a European style fuel truck or something, because it says UN Portable Tank 1 T11 TC Impact Approved UTCU. And I think I'm kind of seeing a Euro style plate there, but not really sure. Anyways, all right, so interesting stuffs. We'll put that back there on this one. All right, what else do we have? We have something from Flyhawk here, which is going to be a challenge to open with my little screwdriver, but we will attempt. And my dogs got very excited because they heard something from upstairs. So then they had to come downstairs, and then of course they run across the floor and they bark. And I have 3 dogs. Well, I shouldn't say I have 3 dogs. I only have 1 dog, but there are 3 dogs in the house. Even though I love them all, but only one of the dogs is actually like, you know, seems like mine. Well, okay. She's part Australian Shepherd. Loves to catch sticks. Alrighty, what do we have from Flyhawk? I think that's everything. We have the new German battleship Bismarck 1941, full hull, so 1/700 scale, obviously. And this one, no glue included. I was going to say if this had anything specials about it, but it looks like it's a fairly straightforward one. It's not a extra added parts and so forth. Looks like my box got a little bit messed up in shipment, broken there in the corner. But always nicely packed are the Flyhawk kits with a nice little placard there and color manuals and well-wrapped hull pieces. I always appreciate their attention to detail. They are definitely an attention to detail company, which when you're building scale models is always nice. We'll have to take a look at that one in a more detailed unboxing, or send it along to someone for a full review, which we do that too. I've been sending out kits at least lately. That is a one positive. Getting back in the groove. All right, what do we have from Osprey? We have a foreword by Sir Max Hastings and the Second World War hardcover. It is, looks like a fairly long book at 368 pages. No author right on the cover. I'm not sure if it has multiple authors, maybe. Yeah, there's like no authors. Usually that's kind of odd that books normally have authors. This one has the foreword listed by, okay, so it's, wow, yeah, quite a few authors. Paul Collier, Alistair Finland, Mark J. Grove, Philip D. Grove, Russell A. Hart, Stephen A. Hart, Robin Havers, David Horner, and Jeffrey Jukes. That would be a lot of authors to try to put on the spline or the front cover, so I can understand why they did it that way. What else has Osprey sent us? They have sent us more books. Can't even remember the last time I did a turning the page. I need to. I need to catch up on books. That would be those would be easy videos to do. We have from Osprey, and I'm going to bastardize this, I'm sure, Otto Skorzeny, The Devil's Disciple by Stuart Smith. Do not know this figure. Looks like an SS officer, became a legend in his own time, Hitler's favorite commando, acquired a reputation as a man of daring, renowned for his audacious 1943 mission to extradite Mussolini from a mountaintop prison. Well, he's the guy that did that. Okay. What else do we have from Osprey? I can get it. It's not that difficult. Another hardcover. This one is part, is this part 3? No, this is just the second part. This is British Battle Tanks, American-Made World War II Tanks by David Fletcher and Stephen J. Zaloga. They put out a bunch of these. That's why I was trying to see which one, if this was in a particular series, because I think they had a part 1, part 2 on one of these, if I'm not mistaken. But this one specifically on British battle tanks, but American-made. You know, so like made here, but they kind of adopted them and then modified them and so forth, like the Firefly and such. I'm sure is going to be mentioned in there. This one is from a new company, or not new, well, new for us, I guess, in Iran. I'm trying to remember the name of the company. Oh, maybe it'll be on the product. Hold on. So look, I've got Iranian packaging marky things, and oh, they have little filamenty things in their shipping things. Not that that's unusual. This is a historic first. Our first product from Iran. Iran. Yes, I know. Technically, that's probably the way you say it there. Iran. Not Iran, as my stepfather in Georgia would have said. Okay, so what do we have? Okay. Make sure I get everything out of there. All right. So we've got a couple of Iranian Air Force markings. Iranian Mirage F1. And by the way, this is Modeler. That's the company I couldn't remember. Difficult name to remember, Modeler, with 2 L's. And this is 1/48 scale for the Mirage F1, Dassault Mirage F-1EQ 3-6205, Islamic Republic of Iran Air Force, 2012 dates roughly. There's a little bit of the graphics there. And look like fairly detailed sheets. Since I don't cover a lot of decal sheets, I'm just going to cover these on here because it's not like I'm going to do a special cracking the box for a decal sheet. Or I could do these little quick ones, but yeah, looks like quite a few detailed markings there for the Mirage, and quality looks good. Just from visually scanning it, anyways. Not seeing any issues of any sort. But if somebody's interested in doing a use review on these, like actually they have a project in mind and they want to utilize these, or they've been thinking about getting them themselves if they've seen them online elsewhere, let us know and we'll be happy to provide them for a review sample. And they do give you a nice color printed, as you saw, the one sheet, but they've got multiple sheets here, back and front actually. So different camo schemes and different layouts for the decals that are included. So multiple sheets here, or multiple versions, variants, whatever you want to call them. All that stuffs. And then for the other one is a Phantom 4D McDonnell Douglas 4-D Phantom 2. This one is Iranian Phantoms, and they're showing one for the Imperial Iranian Air Force, roughly early 70s, so pre-revolution. And again, this one has multiple sheets in it, so you've got this one. And this one. And yet another black and white, or at least black marking. And then the same, this one has a single sheet. Looks like there's a small decal too, but everybody used the tiger mouth. It's like, is there a country that did not use and have a plane that had the tiger mouth markings? Yeah, and there's a couple of just small red dot decals that I guess either weren't included or didn't fit or whatever. I just want to check that first one to make sure it was just the one sheet, right? Yeah, it just was the one sheet. So the first one just includes one sheet, and the other ones have 3, or the other one has 3. Alrighty, so let's move this out of the way. And not sure I covered this last time, but we did get Steel Masters 150, 151. If I did cover it last time, I had forgotten, and I thought I just the wrapping for this one got all messed up, so I can't remember including it, but. Looks like some nice projects in that particular issue. And then we have from our friends at SAM, probably the latest issue of Military Model Craft. Take a look. Yep, Military Modelcraft International issue for July. I'm a little behind. I don't think they've sent me anything new, so this might have been before. Was this before I left or right after as I was leaving? Let's see. Yep, this went to my old address. So I think this is the one I found. Maybe that's what I was thinking. I found one that had kind of fallen behind something or got packed underneath something. So thanks to our friends there for sending that, and update my address, which you probably haven't. That's why I don't have anything new. If you want to keep sending them. If you don't, I don't mind. It's not, as they said in the old days, it's no sweat off my back. It's one less thing to open, right? All right, so from IBG, what do we have from our friends in Poland? We have the 917T German truck in 1/72nd scale. We have the 917T Japanese truck. Well, 917Ts were very common. Or actually, I'm guessing this was a German export for Japan. And again, this one has a figure included, but also in 1/72nd scale. This must be great for people who do aircraft dios and need some of these very kind of esoteric vehicles. A Type 89 Japanese medium tank Koyu, that sounds probably like the way they would put it in. Gasoline hybrid production. It also includes 2 figures. Now, this is new for them. I don't remember them including figures before, so somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember figures being included with IBG kits before. And then a little more substantial Tankietka TKSZ CKM Hotchkiss WZ25. This is 1/35th scale, so that's why this box is a little more substantial. Polish Army Museum contributed, I guess, to the probably provided the scaling or the access to the source material, and that's a very interesting looking one. So if you're into Polish tankettes, then that's probably one that you'll want, because I don't remember seeing a Tankietta TKSZ CKM Hotchkiss in so Hotchkiss was French, right? So is this like a French chassis, I'm guessing, or something? Anyways, all right, so those, we have all of those as well, and we'll be putting these up on the sample sheet. If you're new to our videos, basically we get a lot of samples. I put the samples up kit-wise anyways, on our sample sheet. You can go on our websites. There's a link on the home page, which I'll try to put the graphic in here somewhere. So look for that, and then we do send out for review and builds and things like that, these samples for builds. So like that FTF 104G will go out to somebody for a build. So all of these kits potentially. Well, that's it for this week's issue of Mail Call. I'm not getting a flood of kits, obviously, due to my slowdown in production. I'm sure a few of my suppliers have noticed that I'm a little behind in getting a lot of stuff up and done, which I am well aware of. And I went to a funny story. I went to my high school reunion in Florida just last weekend. And my friends kept asking, "So what are you doing for work now?" And I'm like, "Well, I run this online business and web stuff." And he said, "But I'm not working very much lately." So it's heavily on my mind how much work I'm doing versus personal time things. And the house move obviously was a big portion of this last year's time. Just detractor, but hopefully I can get back on track, and needed to spend some time, as some of you probably noticed on the website this week. Armorama is not working for HTTPS secure SSL connection, so I'll be fixing that later today, and numerous other problems that have obviously come up just on a daily basis. We have something. Somebody contacted me today about some email they got that seemed to intimate that they had pictures of them online and that they had their password and so forth. And I tried to explain in the email this person, well, our passwords are encrypted in the database, so unless you used a very typical password, and this is web safety 101. This is, don't use things like password 123 and things like that, because the problem with those passwords, and the reason that a lot of places tell you to use special characters and is because people can build backwards compatible databases. So if someone did hack into our database, for example, and got all that information, they potentially could backwards like take the long encrypted 64-bit thing and then compare it to some other known version of it. And if it's password 123, yeah, sure. So there's a database out there with all of those types of simple passwords in it. So then they can say, oh, that's their password because we can see the encryption matches, because they have to match. Otherwise, there wouldn't be any way to get the passwords to work when you try to log in. But that's true for, everything, banks, all that stuff. So anybody that has your passwords and has encrypted them, that's why you want to use the complex ones, not the simple ones. And by simple ones, I really even mean like just letters and numbers, because theoretically someone could create a database of millions, if not billions, of combinations of, I'm not sure how many there are actually with 64-bit. But anyways, the point is that with special characters, though, it makes it much more difficult to, create combinations of all the different possible variations. So especially if you make them really long. And some of the passwords I've created recently, I keep them in a file, and like if it's a bank password or something like that, I don't make it anything that I could manually put in myself. No, I have to clip and paste it and put it in, just like the ones that we suggest using this one, and it's like 16 characters long with all these things in it. Because that's really where we've gotten to, unfortunately, technology-wise. So that's your Technology 101 lesson is now over. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time on Mail Call.